Yeah, you don't need to see, just to listen.
Yeah, go.
Oh yeah, we need to see.
We have some more of that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll tell just some stories. We are the Kibbutz Be'eri is the biggest kibbutz in the south. So we were 1,200 people. So there are 1,200 different stories. So I'm just gonna share the story of my family. But
מפריע לך אם אני אצלם אותך?
לא, לא.
תוכל להציג את עצמך גם?
כן. So, I'm Yarden. My name is Yarden Tzemach. I was born here. I grew up here. I have we are 5 siblings. All of us live in Be'eri. We all chose to come back here. So in Be'eri is the biggest and strongest kibbutz in the region. Over 80% of the people who were born in Be'eri eventually end up living here as adults. So it's we had the beautiful life here. Take myself an example. We are 5 siblings. All of us live in Be'eri. I used to see my nephews almost every day. My parents almost every day. You can walk everywhere. You don't need to take the car. You can see. We have family dinners every week, at least once a week. Friends that you grew up with. Most of them are lived here, so you can just walk everywhere or take the bicycle. We also felt very safe to live here. It's not it's funny to say, but we were living with the threat of rockets for over 20 years now, but we kind of got used to it. We know how to deal with it, and since the Iron Dome invented over 10 years ago, I think 12 years ago or so, there was no rocket that fell into Be'eri, and in the over 20 years that we are living with rockets, no one was, at least physically, hurt. So we kind of learn how to live with it. I can even say for myself that you probably all most of you know that every year we had what we call a sevev. They shoot at us, we shoot at them for a few days, and we call it drifting, tiftuf, when they just shoot to us and then nobody notice. But once they shoot to Tel Aviv, then we also shoot back. So when they used to shoot to Tel Aviv, I think 2 years ago, when they shot to Tel Aviv, I was in Tel Aviv. I said I have to come back home. I came back here. I felt safer. I know I have a safe room in my house. I know what to do. In Tel Aviv, I have no idea what to do when there are rockets. So I came back to be here. I felt safer. I'll just share a few stories, just a few facts before. We have 98 out of 1,200 people. 98 people have been murdered.
Oh no.
35 has been kidnapped.
Oh,
10 of them are children. 10 children has been murdered. 31
children have been murdered?
Yeah. 31 children became orphans. Out of the 35 who have been kidnapped, 10 are still there. 5 of them we know that they have been murdered in Gaza, and 5 of them we're not sure what's their situation. Only 1 or 2 of them we know that people who came back from Gaza saw them alive, but the rest of them we don't know. So we have 5 that are maybe alive, 1 woman and 4 men. So I'll share the story of my family. So my parents, I was away. I was camping on the beach with friends in near Ashdod when on October 7. So we were a group of 20 of us from Be'eri, all from Be'eri. So we actually tried to come back at some point because I'm also part of the security team of the kibbutz. I tried to come back. The army stopped us near Ashkelon, and then I called a neighbor of mine, maybe you know his story, Yossi Bachar, and he took my gun and he went out and did a good job with my gun. So since I gave my gun to my neighbor, I didn't try to come back anymore. I just I was on a safe place and texting with my brothers and sister and my parents and trying to help them from a distance. So my parents live in the eastern side. When the terrorists arrived around 6:30, something like that, it was to the west side of the kibbutz. There was a small group that entered through the main gate, but most of them entered through the fence. They broke the fence with a tractor, not tractor, like a bulldozer. The same bulldozer that broke the fence in Gaza just continued in just a few minute drive from Gaza to Be'eri. So they broke with the bulldozer and went inside.
Is that the road you came in on this morning?
No, not exactly. This is the road that goes from north to east. North to south. We have another road that goes to the west. So they came from this road, broke the fence, entered inside, and just start to kidnap and murder and everything, and even worse things. You probably heard some of it in the media. So the terrorists at some point arrived to my parents' home. It was around 11 a.m. But my parents had some time to prepare. So my father took 2 hiking poles that you can adjust the length, and he tied it between the handle of the door and the frame. And when the terrorists arrived, they tried to open the door for several hours. They spent half a day at my parents' home. They've been in my parents' home for several hours. They use it as a base. They even ate from the fridge, drink, stole stuff, destroyed stuff. They even bought stuff online for my parents' credit cards while my parents are in the safe room. And they were shopping online. My youngest brothers, there was also the 2 youngest brothers are living close to each other, so I told my youngest brother to be with my sister. They were together in the safe room the whole day. There was actually a terrorist that arrived to their doorstep, but a member from the security team managed to kill him on their doorstep. So they didn't even know it when they were eventually evacuated. They saw the body of the terrorist right on their doorstep, and the blood all over the door and everything. To my youngest, I have another brother. He has special needs. He was also alone in the shelter, the safe room. The terrorists didn't get to him at all, and him and my youngest brothers were evacuated. One of the first to be evacuated around 6 p.m. in the afternoon.
Oh my.
To Tel Aviv?
To Tel Aviv first. This was the first bus, was straight to Tel Aviv. I jumped on that bus when I was near Ashkelon. When they passed, I jumped on that bus, and I've been with them. And my oldest brother, was part of the security team of the kibbutz, and he was protecting the dental clinic at Be'eri, where they evacuated the injured people from the kibbutz, and all the medical team was there. And he also defended 2 major junctions, and he defended the neighborhood around the dental clinic, and he managed to fight there for 7 hours. And after 7 hours, he and another guy from the security team, they ran out of ammunition. And after they ran out of ammunition, they took the guns from the terrorists, managed to kill more terrorists. And after that, they ran out of this ammunition as well. And then after 7.5 hours of fighting, the terrorists managed to get to them and kill them, along with the medical team of the kibbutz and the.
I'm sorry.
That's it. So he died around 2:30 p.m. The army arrived around half an hour after he died, and managed to take over this neighborhood that he was defending. So this is the neighborhood that was affected the least. Not at all, but it was the least affected of all the neighborhoods in Be'eri. He managed to prevent all the terrorists going this way to this neighborhood. And my sister-in-law, my brother's wife and the children was evacuated around at night around 2 a.m. And my parents evacuated eventually when the terrorists arrived. The army arrived to them at around 10 p.m. and the army arrived around 10 p.m. But the fighting in their neighborhood was so intense that the army stayed with them in the house throughout the night, and only the next morning around 7 a.m. they were evacuated. And so yeah, and my sister-in-law and the children were evacuated around 2 a.m. at night. The soldiers, when the soldiers arrived, they evacuated them. They didn't have a car. They didn't have like an armed car. So they had to protected car actually. So they had to walk all the way through the kibbutz. The soldiers had to take the children and cover their eyes because they walked through tens of bodies or hundreds of bodies and of their friends and their neighbors and soldiers and terrorists, and they had to walk throughout. And they even got there was still shooting throughout, even during their evacuation. They were still trying to shoot them. They had to take covers, continue their journey out. So yeah, this is the story of my family.
What was your brother's name?
Shachar.
Shachar.
Shachar
Same
Tzemach.
age as anybody.
Yeah.